we're funded for 3 years, and the work is really captured in the title of the program. It is around community self-empowerment, serving the recently arrived refugees from Burma. The funding is to help with our program to both connect community members with bridging services or bridging programs to help to transition from their experience there to this country, as well as to develop advocacy programs and education programs that we hope will help to empower the community.
The majority of these people, or almost all of them, who came through refugee camps, before they came from Burma, before coming to refugee camps, they were in the wars. They would be living in the war zone, so they did not have, even in Burma, before leaving Burma, they did not necessarily have access to any public services, including school, healthcare, etc. And they would be fleeing from one place to the other, hiding from the government troops trying to persecute them. So from that situation, they would come to refugee camps where the situation does not necessarily dramatically change. They are not probably being chased by the government soldiers, but still they do not necessarily have access to good education, for example. So when they came to United States, it's more than a challenge for them to settle down, and then to continue to pursue what they came for: better life, better education.
More questions that we have to think about
as she had been working with the BCC for almost since the beginning of the work. I'd become slowly more involved and very interested in the way in which the BCC has helped families and helped students transition, and does that by advocating for them with schools, with school people, to help understand the nature of the transition and the needs of the community, but also placing demands on the school to understand those, not simply to expect that the families and the students will accommodate the school, but that the school will find ways.
The Burmese Community Center for Education is we focus mostly on education. We do everything education, formal and informal. We do it quick, we do it slow, we extend it, we make it short, all sort of things, and they will include explaining things to people, tutoring their children, mentoring their children, and providing information to the newly arrived Burmese refugees.
And the center is that they close to the people, close to the community, and we do everything. We focus on the community. The community need. I think part of our strength is also we also share a lot of background. There are a lot of good organizations here in Tom who want to help the Burmese community thrive and go forward, but some of them are not equipped within the like some of the background information like our member do. As I said, our member, we live through that experience. We know the language, the culture. So I think it's part of our strength.
You don't have to have.
So I think one thing that we need to ask them. My parents came to this country as refugees from the what is popularly called the Vietnam War. Our community calls it the American War in Vietnam. And so growing up in that experience of fleeing from homeland to this country, feeling exiled from homeland and trying to make a new life in this country is something that permeates all of my work.